G'day guys, how's it going? My name is Sean, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you a guide on how to use your Sony a7S II camera in conjunction with something like an iPad or an iPhone as a preview window. So the inspiration behind this video was that a friend of mine who does a lot of film is quite often on set with a camera such as the Sony a7S II and doesn't have a secondary monitor with her that she can preview what she's shooting, and to actually go out and buy a preview window or monitor, I think they're called, they're quite expensive. So something that you can actually do is if you have an iPhone or an iPad and you have some Wi-Fi where you're shooting as well, and you tie all those three things together, you can actually get a pretty cool setup where whatever you're shooting on your camera is actually being shown on your iPad or iPhone. Okay, so what we need to do now is to jump into the settings of the camera, and we need to navigate along until we find the menu that says Application List. Once we open up the application list, we should see an application called Smart Remote Embedded. So we're going to open up that. And so what's happening now is the camera's created its own wireless network for you to connect to. It's given you the SSID and the password. So this is what we're going to try and connect to from our iPhone or from our iPad. Okay, so now we're on to the second part of how to set up your camera with your iPad. I'm using an iPad Pro, but you can use any of the iPads or even an iPhone if you have an iPhone. And so what we need to do now is we need to go into the settings. So we'll tap on settings and we'll need to go into the section where it's got Wi-Fi, and we'll need to find the name of the camera, the SSID for that camera. So before I mentioned that we were calling it the Direct KIEO, we're going to go ahead and tap on that as our connection. It's going to ask us to put in the password. Now I've already put in the password, so it's remembered it, and we can see we've got a little tick here that says we're now connected to that camera. So we can actually exit the settings now, and we want to go into the App Store and find an application called Playmemories Mobile. Once we've got that downloaded and installed, you're going to press open, and when you open up that application, it's going to go ahead and give you the preview window of what the camera is seeing. So I've got it focused on a drink bottle, and on the iPad you can see that I've got some grid lines here. I've got my exposure, I've got the option to have a timer here, and if I want to, I've actually got the button to take a photo. So if I press the button there, it will take a photo of the drink bottle, and I can go back and that will get saved to my iPad. So I could then share that from the iPad to something like Facebook or Instagram or with someone in direct messages, quite simply. So thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you found it informative and helpful. I know it's a bit of a special niche kind of video where if you have a Sony camera and you have an iPhone and you want to go ahead and do some remote shooting on location, then this is for you. If you found it helpful, please leave me a comment or a like down below. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.